If you're struggling with moving on, the first thing you have to know is that nobody outside of you can make that decision for you. Only you can make the decision for when it's time to move on. Not me, no guru, no writer, no speaker can tell you when. But I'll tell you about my story. I knew it was time for me to move on when I hated myself because I was waking up next to someone I couldn't stand. One, I couldn't tolerate a minute around her. When I couldn't even have a conversation with her without it turning into a problem, turning into drama, turning into, an accusation situation. I knew it was time to move on when I wasn't happy, when I had literally given everything I had. And the reason I stayed longer than I needed to stay was because of the potential that she had, because I remembered the good times, because I know how great of a person she actually is. But I had to realize that she can be a great person for someone else, and so can I. When I realized that, then I moved on. I moved on because I realized that no matter how much time we had invested, it didn't matter if we weren't happy right now. And not only that we weren't happy right now, but we weren't going to be able to be happy in the future because of the way we were treating each other, because of the way we were talking to each other. When people go through breakups, a lot of the times they blame their ex. They put their ex down. They say their ex is this, their ex is that. Never do that. Never ever do that. Always be accountable, because accountability is power. I can look back on my situation with my ex and I can honestly say that we were bad for each other. It wasn't just her, it was me too. I was bad for her, she was bad for me. We were not a good match for each other, even though we loved each other in the beginning. Go inside. I want you to go deep inside of yourself. And I just want you to ask yourself questions, how long can you survive? How long can you manage the situation? Are you happy? Do you think you can be happy? Answer those questions. Think about it. Don't just give up because it's a tough time. That's not something that makes a lot of sense. You give up when the situation has told you that it's time to give up. When it's time to say, hey, I've had enough. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move on. It's not even about being with someone else. See, don't think that moving on is about being with someone else. It's not. Moving on means I'm moving on to a different type of life. I'm moving on to a different type of happiness. You have to let go of what's holding you back so you can move forward. And if your relationship, if your friends, if your job, whatever, if something's holding you back and it's preventing you from moving forward, it's time to consider, hey, maybe I need to let this go.